Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn it up. He doing his thing.
Nelson Lopez Jr. show. Where the action takes control. He's the champion of rhythm flow. Tune in, let the fire load. Man up, go on and say he's on. Nelson's here, giving you the dawn. His words run true, echo in the air. Podcast king, he's got that flair. Feel the beat, the vibe in your ear.
And now, let's go toe-to-toe with Lolo. Here's your host, Nelson Lopez Jr. Welcome to the show, man. And I would like to introduce you to the one, the only, Nelson Lopez Jr. for the first show of 2025. Boss, how you doing this evening, sir?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. Just here. I hung out with the family last night. Had a good time. Tomorrow I got a little family trip, and just hanging out.
So you New Year's, we did see you last night on the Weekly Bus Extravaganza. Got to talk to you for a little bit. We know you are recharged and ready for 2025. And tonight, you have for the fans, you got not only the newly crowned light heavyweight champ Mike Murray in Richman, but you also have the welterweight BKFC champ of the world, Austin, no doubt, Trout.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited. Those are two of my favorite fighters, man. Like Austin and Mike Richman are two guys that I've been watching closely from the beginning, and I just it's good to have like quality bare knuckle fighters on the show, and these guys are the guys that makes all other combat sports respect those. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, when it all started, it was like, oh, older guys or guys that are retired or guys, but these guys right here can still hang with any boxer, any MMA guy, any current guy right now in any other combat sport. And these are the guys that hold up the bare knuckle name high, and hold the belts for BKFC and bare knuckle. So they represent the sport well. So it is pretty cool to have this quality kind of fighters on the show for sure.
Well, speaking of that, right, we are joined right now by the newly crowned light heavyweight BKFC champion of the world, Mike the Marine Richman. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's up, Mike?
I appreciate to be on. Yeah.
Mike, what did you hurt that finger in New Year's or the fight?
I didn't hurt the finger last night. No, it happened on the fight. It was one of the part of the digits of my knuckle on that second hook that hit him kind of like on the temple, forehead, temple area.
When you were, because you're very calculated when you fight, I always pay attention to, and I see your close range combat. Did you see that opening? I mean, from the beginning, I seen that you were. I seen when it was an opening and you were kind of like away out of distance from it the first time, and then the second time it was there. Did you see that opening immediately in the first jab?
It took me a couple of his entries to kind of see how he was coming in, because he would, if you were watch, he'll come in from what it seems to be left and ends to the right, left and kind of comes to the right, left combination ends off to the right, and the combination before the first initial knockdown, you can see me kind of pull back on the hook. I'm like, all right, that's not there. And then I wait for the next entry. And then that's when I was going to just straight. I was trying to counter back with a jab, head low, look for an angle to the body or up high. But then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to beat him to the punch with my lead hook. And
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Let me know. Your discipline was more boxing or MMA. What background did you really flourish the most in?
I would say, yeah, when it came to MMA, and it would be my stand-up, and my boxing was probably my go-to. Obviously, I did my best to be a good counter wrestler, but sure, there were still other wrestlers that were better than me. But I would say my striking was always my kind of bread and butter. When I first started in MMA, sure, I would hurt people that go to the ground, and then I would get submissions. And then as I got really more comfortable with my stand-up game, I just really like to be on the feet and look for the knockouts. So that's kind of how the middle to tail end of my MMA career was just looking for the KO, whether head kick or punches.
Did you do any professional boxing fights?
I did two glove pro bouts. I wish I would have done more. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I'm like, man, I know I got the skills to do boxing, but I didn't have an amateur pedigree. And I'm like, I felt like I was too old. At the time, I was like 22, 23 when I got out. Like, man, I'm too old. I'm too behind the power curve. But in hindsight, I probably could have done it and, did some things with it. It played out the way it was. A good friend of mine, Caleb Truex, he started late in the game and became very successful with it. Didn't have a very big amateur career, but, things played the way they played. I did MMA. And then while I was doing MMA, I'm like, all right, let me squeeze some glove boxing in. But then I ended up just signing with Bellator, and then they wouldn't let me box anymore.
That's cool. Caleb Truex, definitely. I'm familiar with him. I worked with Al Heyman in PBC for a long time, and he would sell out that stadium in Minnesota. There was
they love Caleb out here for sure.
They loved him out there. I've been there at a couple of fights. We've done a couple of fights there at the Armory. That Armory is an amazing venue, man.
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful venue for fights.
Venue. And I know you started off like at 135. Is that right? That like it's hard to believe that you started off like at 135.
So my very first fight in MMA, I fought at 170. Then I dropped down to 155. Then I really kind of like, man, for true MMA, what I felt like my real weight class was 145. So I fought the majority of my career at 145. But I did, however, when I say I fought at 135, I did. I fought 3 fights at 135.
Crazy.
2 knockouts, and then I lost the decision to Eduardo Dantas. But yeah, I did 3 fights at 35.
That's crazy. Now you're fighting. That's wild. I mean, what's planned, man? A lot of people kind of counted you out. They counted you out after the couple losses. One was a crazy right hand that anyone can caught. The second one was, I don't know if it was the weight, just the fight style, whatever it was. And then this comes up. It's kind of like, okay, here's take Mike Richman. Here's a stepping stool to greatness, or the gatekeeper. Like, how do you feel? Like, because at one point, like you said, you did a couple of interviews. You was like, I'm done. I don't feel it no more. And now here you're back, world champion again, and everyone's at your head again. How's that feel? Is that pressure, or is that like that's what you wanted?
No, I think I always want to compete at this sport, or whether it be MMA. You want to compete with the best. So I never really envisioned myself in bare knuckle, just being on the lower echelon of cards and mid tier and fighting you, like you said, a gatekeeper, or even just fighting newcomers. I wanted to fight, the cream of the crop of fighters. So I totally understood why people might have thought the way they thought. Obviously the Lorenzo fight knockout was rough, and then a broken kind of version of me went out there to fight an amazing skilled fighter, Mundell, and there's many factors: the weights, the mental, my head game. Like I said, I told some interviews before the Mundell fight, I didn't even spar that whole training camp. I was so in my head that my chin was gone. Because that was my first time. That was the first time in my career in training or in a fight that I've ever been sparked out. So I'm like, fuck. At that time, I'm thinking, what was it, about 38 at that time, 39 now, so 37, 38 when that fight happened. I'm like, oh shit, like, is this it? Like, is my chin gone? Yeah, so that goes through your head. And then, the training camp, I went through several training camps of bulking up and kind of being a fatter version of myself at 85. And then, I got that right after Lorenzo fight to like, hey, we want you to fight Mundell for the title. And I'm not going to turn that down. But in hindsight, I should have took some more time off. I should have took some more time off physically and mentally, but it is what it is. Went in there, I had the quick beginning knockdown for Mundell, but I just didn't feel sharp. I didn't feel good mentally, physically. And then he lumped me up, then I lost that fight. And then that was like a reflection, like, man, should I still be doing this? Am I still at that level? And I just needed to fucking just settle. and rest and think for a little
Rest.
bit until I realized, like, all right, man, I still got more. I know I got more.
Is this your weight? Is this where you're like you're gonna sit here until you can dominate this and move down or move up or whatever you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep. Actually, I will say I won't keep moving up. This my weight right now, obviously, because being the champ. Um, could I go way down? Yeah, absolutely. A good friend of mine, Nick Lentz, was chatting with me. He's like, Mike, like you can go way back down again, even at your age. I'm like, I know, man. Like, it comes with the lifestyle change. I'd have to really change things up, obviously, with food intake and alcohol intake and stuff like. And then being at 39, I can't shed the pounds
Right.
as I used to back in my mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Could I go all the way back down? Not to 35, not to 45.
No, of course.
For sure, I believe I get to 65 if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Do I want to? No.
Right.
I like staying at 85. Maybe I'd reconsider 75, but I think my body's got so adjusted and like acclimated to being up here that I'll probably just stay up here.
Right. I would love to see you travel, like it would be awesome for you to represent the US in a challenge somewhere in Dubai,
That'd be cool. Love that. I get my damn passport.
Yeah, get that passport, bro. Get that passport. Because man, to go like the way we went out there to Spain, I loved it. Tony Soto, yeah, he lost, but all respect, he put everything forward. He lost no respect from anyone in that fight. No. Austin Trout represented so well. Mundell, it was just great night to fight. Hannah Ranking, like they just put on a show and they represented the company so well. I was really proud. I don't want to be biased or anything, but this is like U.S. went over there to Spain and it was against the world, and it was kind of cool to see the people that you're kind of seeing come up and represent the company on this side, win. It's just something that you're biased a little bit, but
absolutely.
Yeah. What who's your pick? Do you mind doing pick? Do you like doing? I don't want to put you on the spot. I mean, there's some good fights coming up in Knucklemania.
Yeah.
How do you see that main event going? Like analyzing both styles of fights.
Man, they're both fucking great fighters, and I've always
great fighters, right?
I've always been a fan of Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both of them.
Yeah, his style of fighting in MMA is just so entertaining, and it's easy to be a fan of his. And then Eddie Alvarez, I've known him for many, many years.
Right.
I got to know him back in my Bellator days, and he's fucking such a cool cat for how knowledgeable he is. He's such a, even when I was just up in my very first fight with Bellator, he knew my coach, Greg Nelson, so I got to know him through that, and we just kind of became friends, and we always kind of became friends at a distance, whether social media or via text or whatnot. And they're both great fighters. I think, though, friendship aside, I still think Eddie has the better fight IQ. And I think when he's in there, when he's 100% dialed in, like he's the underground king, man. Like he knows how to find the win, and he knows how to dig deep for the win. And I still got to go with Eddie.
Yeah, I think Eddie has just the experience. You know what I'm saying? The experience and he's just been through so many different kind of battles. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
And I think that he's gonna figure out what Jeremy's gonna bring. Now, then you got a young Jeremy that you don't know. He's just a ball of lightning.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know what's going to come to the table, but
he's been a wrecking ball in bare-knuckle, and in his style. If you watch him in MMA, anyone that knows how to really look at MMA fighters or boxers, he was definitely one of them. Where I was like, that dude could definitely do bare-knuckle.
Yes, exactly. Definitely could do
that.
Like
sure. Poirier is another version, but like Jeremy's like, oh yeah. When I saw you, I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking amazing bare-knuckle.
Yeah, amazing. So. How much? I mean, what do you do? What do you do on your spare time? What do you do outside of training? You know, like your family man. You hunt. You like hunting. You know, like what are you doing other than the gym?
Shit. Um,
Other than punch people in the face for a living.
and also, I'm a regional manager. I run strip clubs, so like I'm busy.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, I run strip clubs for Spearmint Rhino. I've been in
Okay.
strip club business for a while
You gotta
now.
get you that big sponsorship, man. I think we should have been seeing a Spearmint Rhino on your show.
Hey, we got the brown chicken, brown cow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I do that, and outside of that career, that brings me a lot of financial success for my family as well, and then the training, and you got to juggle both careers,
Yeah.
and then family, and shit. I don't got much time for fucking hobbies and shit on the side.
That's
But
true.
in the summertime, I guess in the spring and the summertime, I'm fucking suck at golf, but I like to play it. It keeps my mental.
I try some golf, man. It's not. I don't know. You got to be. It's a different. It's different, but I just. I guess I got to do it more. But
It's one of the things where it tests your mental patience, because especially super athletic guy, and you're athletic in other things, and then you play a game that seems so simple, and then you fucking struggle at it, and then every time you get more pissed off, then the next shot's gonna get worse and worse. So it tries to it helps with your mental.
I guess helps you focus.
You gotta bring it.
2025, Mike. Give me that overall goal, man. That what you want to accomplish. I mean, amazing 2024. Come back, back on the championship seat, back on the crown. In 2025, I mean, what are we doing? What do you got plans?
2025, I want to stay the champ, but I want big fights in big arenas, and I want big fights.
Yeah.
I've done, my whole career in BKFC has been the main events, but like I want big fights, big mega fights. So like, of course, there's a lot of opportunity and potential out there for me to have some big fights, but yeah, just stay the champ and have big money fights.
Let's go find, even if they're not at BKFC, man. Let's go point the finger at some people and let's bring them to BKFC so we can make those big fights. Like, I mean, everyone's targeting, the Mike Perrys, and everyone's targeting the Jake Pauls. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
let's go find that guy that makes sense. There might be a boxing guy or another MMA guy that say, hey, you want to try this? Get a shot at the champ after they take one or two fights.
No, yeah, I love that. Love that idea.
Let's do that. Hey man, listen, I appreciate you. I really do. I already told you, that I'm a fan, and I can't wait to see you fight. And hopefully it's in Dubai because I'll be there.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, anything I can do for you on my end. I know we don't talk a lot. I know you know that I'm really tight in the game with Feldman, and I've been around the company the whole time. You have my number. Reach out for anything, man, and I'm here. So I'm very excited for your 2025.
Appreciate it.
And I feel like a big success for you, bro, coming up. I'm really proud.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it very much. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, man.
Happy New Year.
Anything for the fans? You want to shout out your socials? You know what I mean? Strip club sponsorships.
Just big shout out to all the fans that keep following me, keep supporting me. Even for the fans that hate me and want to see me lose, man, just keep watching me, baby.
They buy 3 times the stuff. You got to have the haters, champ.
For sure. You got any apparel or any shirts or anything people want to buy? Anything? Put it out there, man.
I don't even know. Shout out to OnlyFans. Those guys fucking take care.
There you go.
Good, man.
There you go.
Shout out to OnlyFans, and I appreciate them always for having my back. Scene Contracting, who took care of me very well. Clean Law. Kevin Smith. He put together. We're trying to figure out how I can sell these T-shirts.
There you go.
Hey, put them up there.
Plug them.
What you got?
I don't even know how to fucking.
There we go.
These are your own shirts?
Yes. Yeah, these dope ass shirts.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, there you go. Those are fresh.
Man. I gotta figure out how to sell those motherfuckers. I don't know.
Put on get what do you call that? Oh my gosh. What is a spot? Not Spotify. Shopify.
Yeah, get your Shopify.
Shopify.
And you know what? Your Instagram has a Shopify too.
That's correct.
I'll look into that for you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get these out to people because I have everyone hit me up for it.
Definitely. I got you. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, man. Mike the Marine Richmond, ladies and gentlemen, man. He's the man. He's the man. Everyone's got a crosshair on him now and get that title, that gold. They want it. So 2025, boy, be ready because he ain't letting the strap go this year.
Nope.
It's on and popping. Let's get it.
Nope. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Mike. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
And Nelson, we have in the green room, we have none other than the legendary generational boxer and BKFC welterweight champ of the world, Austin, no doubt, Trout. Welcome to the show.
Okay, there go my dog. What it do?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, man? You looking fresh? You looking like you had a. Did you have a couple of drinks last night? I don't know.
Nah, bro. I actually, I'm a little bit under the weather.
Oh, okay.
I'm from a hangover. I ain't do nothing last night.
I
I
didn't do
just sound
nothing.
like a real dork right now with my nose stopped up.
He was also, boss. He was also on the extravaganza last night, hooking us up on the show. He was great on the show last night. The fans really won last night. You as well were there, man. Thank you, all you guys, for
That was a
the
good
new
time.
year.
Good time, for sure.
Austin Trout, man. Listen, this man. I mean, I gotta tell the world, man. This man is. He is just combat sports. I mean, from the amateurs. I wish we got to do a documentary, Trout. We gotta let the world know from the amateurs.
Yeah,
You've
man.
been dominating, bro. From the boxing part, you've been dominating. And it's just like I feel like we just need a movie or something, man. Like no one is like I think more people need to know about Austin Trout's story and what's been accomplished, you know. And you know, I've always said this. I've said it since we met, and I've just been real appreciative of everything you've accomplished in combat sports. And I'm like, my goal is to let the world know, man, that
Bro, I appreciate you, man.
Sounds like a great beyond the rope subject, boss.
yeah, for sure.
No, I would love to tell my story, but I feel like I'm still writing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the part 2. You know, talking about the bare-knuckle side. But I would shout out to you, Nelson, man. You know, you're the one that got me in. Literally, you're the one that got me in this game and literally like gave me a second career or breathed life into my career once again.
Man, you know what I mean? You know, like
You
a
there?
team effort, you know what I mean? Like,
Y'all there?
yeah, we're here. You here? We're here. Mic check, mic
Yeah,
check.
you got us, Austin.
Hold on, technical
They'll come back.
Slight technical difficulty. Yeah, he'll get it worked out, man. He'll get it worked out, man. But what you were saying is true, man. He's been dominating the sport for close to, you know, he dominated boxing. He was, what is it, WBC or the WBA regular champ?
WBA, he beat
WBA
Miguel
regular
Cotto.
champ. That's right.
He beat Miguel Cotto. I mean,
Derailed that whole thing. You were telling me a story about how, and I'd love you to get into that story with him tonight about that.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
That's a great story you told me off air. So
that is big. It's like people don't realize that, you know, you beat Miguel Cotto and you beat Miguel Cotto in Madison. That was in Madison Square Garden, right?
Hey, we got you back there, Austin.
Yeah, we back. Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
What
he
you were
never
saying?
took a loss in the Garden either. And his only losses at the time was to Floyd, Pacquiao, and Margarito.
Right. So, you know, they had like, and I'm not trying to, you know, it ain't a secret. It ain't a secret that there's a lot of politics in the game of boxing. And, you know, sometimes you got a real warrior, a real competitor like Austin and come in there and mess up the politics, mess up the plans, right? And yeah, he definitely stirred up the plans and they couldn't even deny the win. So
yeah, so the Cotto knockout messed some people's money up, right? No.
Oh yeah, because Canelo Cotto was supposed to happen next, and I ruined that. And you know, then my next fight was Canelo. They was not about to let me ruin that Canelo Mayweather fight.
right.
You know? So I've been here just ruining because I don't care about nobody else's plans. I'm just here off of mine. I got my own plans, and you know that's what I'm here to do.
Right.
Same thing with bare knuckle. You know, what I mean, I'm sure the plan was to feed me as a name to somebody, but I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Try it. Feed me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the beautiful thing is though, you know, since bare knuckle is so we're in like a short span of the building part. You know, there might not be a lot of politics. Now the best of the best are actually fighting each other. You know, you went and represented USA in Spain, and they just got the best 165, 155 pounder they can see in Spain. And I'm sure that you were already eyeing that 55 pounder.
You see me, Rico. If they don't give Tony his rematch, which he does deserve, yes, definitely try to slide in there.
Oh, I already know. You're already kind of eyeing that too. So, I mean, what what do you got planned? You got any plans other than BKFC? You know, I know you're running the gym. I know that you got you train, one of our girls on Samantha get it.
Yeah.
You know, I know you're like involved in a lot of the fighters that are on TCL. What do you got planned outside of bare knuckle, man?
Yeah, like you said, man, I got some businesses that I got working on getting a gym opened up on the northwest side of Houston. I train at the gym Main Street, which is downtown Houston. It's got so much just amazing people and talent that's in there, and I'm just trying to spread that love. I got ATMs that I fill up, and tell everybody ATMs is a good business, man. I'm telling you. People are sleeping on the ATM business. It really is, and especially if you're in a state that got recreational marijuana, that ATM can make as much money as a rental.
Hey, Face.
Yes, sir.
You do ATM business, and Richman does strip clubs.
Hey, I was about to say, if you could get the ATMs in the strip clubs, that's $9-10.
I've been trying, man.
You need to talk to Mike Richman. He can get you in all them strip clubs in Minnesota.
Yeah. We got to see how we do that. We got to put that together.
There you go.
I heard about the rhino over there in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's wild. That's cool, man. As far as, is there anybody, trying to think, because 165 has been a little bit like lacking, right?
Yeah. Ever since I took out the Emperor and his lackey.
Right.
Right. Damn, man.
It's like there's no hope for that division anymore.
I know we got
It used to be packed until I jumped in.
It was packed, and then they all left.
It was packed. Man, I cleared out the room, bro.
Now, as you see, I'm head and shoulders above these guys. But 155 is still considered a packed talent. So add my name to it.
We gotta wait to see who if they're gonna give that, like you said, that rematch, and see if Tenagala is gonna come down to US. You know what I mean? The goal is to come down here and represent down here if you're the champ, right?
Right. You got to be around the world if you're the world champ.
If you're a world champ.
Well, Nelson, also you were speaking about Dubai earlier. I think Austin is a perfect international candidate for the BKFC with his name.
100%.
Like, I'm undefeated in Dubai too. So
yeah. Listen, we definitely got to go to Dubai. Like I'm saying, that's in the hat. So definitely, like anyone that you're gonna take to represent the belt, Austin is one of those guys. Or Mike Richman is one of those guys. Mundell's one of those guys. I don't see those guys when you go to those kind of stages and you want to represent the company, right? Represent homegrown, bare knuckle fighters, right? I'm bringing that squad with me right there.
Yeah, that's enough. And to be mentioned with those names of guys, man, I was watching Mike. I made my debut on that Richmond Juggernaut card, and still, wow. If it's still probably fight of the year if it was still in that year.
It definitely brought millions of fans in the tent.
Crazy, right? And one thing I did notice, because even watching the Marines last fight, remember Mike is coming from like 135 pounds. The way he's in is not the way he really should be fighting, But still, he is knocking these dudes out fairly easily. Like his last fight, he just caught him with a clean little check. Didn't put nothing on it, but he was snoring. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I know Mike hits hard. That's an uncanny strength. Mike might want to change his name to the Juggernaut for real. He's the real Juggernaut. No shade, Lorenzo.
Hey, that'd be funny if you can fight like people that have nicknames, and if you beat them, you take
it. Yeah.
Damn. Right? Like a hair match. Yeah. Cut your hair off.
I seen and this is off subject. I seen Rookie Randall online like calling out a Reaver. And I go, and they were talking, and instead that goes, if I beat you, I'm gonna just go ahead and take your name. My name would be Royal Randall.
Shout out to Ricky Randall.
Oh my goodness. Hey, what else? What the fights coming up now? Eddie Alvarez, because that's like right. I think they're fighting at 165 or 155. Chad,
155.
what do you think about that fight? Have you watched the Jeremy Stevens? And I know you watched Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah,
those guys got pretty good boxing.
They both got pretty good hands. You know, if as long as Eddie Alvarez doesn't, get old on us, I guess I think I can see him eking out a win. He's definitely got to work for it. Stevens is hungry. He's gonna bring it.
And how about those big boys?
Yeah, Rothwell Terrell.
Terrell.
Man, that's a flipper.
I just think Terrell might have a little bit more hand speed.
Yeah, I was saying he got more pop, more snap in his shots, but Rothwell's just big, strong, caveman clubber.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think Mick Terrell is underestimated. He's a huge human, man. He's a big heavyweight, and he fights behind his weight really well.
Well, I've only seen Hall fight. I haven't seen Slice fight, to be honest. I'm gonna do my research and look, but I was very impressed on the fight with Hall and Cutman, even though Cutman looked like he was like 2 or 3 weight classes below. So I have to take my reservations for someone that he fights on his own size.
I think this is a good, as far as the weight, Hall and Slice. I don't know much about Slice other than he has the name, I know that he tried a little bit of boxing, and it was very like, it's not on that elite level boxing where you can just match with anybody,
Yeah.
So this might be a good match based on what Hall has learned. And Hall, just like you see, like Jake Paul, he's learning how to fight. He's learning how to throw hands. He's getting in shape. So that could be a good fight. These girls here, man, they've been doing it for years, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't see nothing but a war here. I just think that Rawlins might be just a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like,
She's big for Taylor, for sure.
Big. She's just a little bigger, man. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see where that goes. What you got planned, man? 2025. I mean,
2025, man. Listen, I know Palomino won't shut up about a rematch, so let me go ahead and give Buddy a rematch in 2025 at some time. He's not about to block or stop any of my progressive movement, but at the same time, if we ain't got none, that's a fight to make.
Yeah.
Also, they announced to announce. They ain't really announced yet, but that $25 million tournament. And
I know. You know what? There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
A lot of questions.
And a
I
lot
don't
of
care
questions.
about weight. I don't care where. I'll fight heavyweight. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he said last night. He said he'll fight a heavyweight for that.
I'm a little bit like, I have questions. I have questions, and Dave has been like, just wait. We're gonna put it together the right. It's just that, I mean, there's not that many heavyweights. I don't know how do you mix. Like, I think it has to be within that 55 to
65.
75. You know what I'm saying? When you grab all these guys that can make 85 but can really make 75 maybe, and get these guys that are 55 that can make 70. I think that's where the bulk of the fighters are at. I don't
145 to 175 is the talent in the division. That's where it's stacked. I mean, it's everywhere.
I like that. Yeah, once you hit 185, I think you're just on a whole other.
You're on the bigger guys then.
A little bit
but
bigger.
you're right. 45 to 75 is a great bulk of fighters, bro, and that way I think the majority of the people can participate. If they want to say baddest man on the planet, okay, yes, heavyweight, big dude, but I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I can't wait to find out.
I can't wait to find out. So
and it could be where they break it up into weight classes, where it's a 25 million total tournament, but you got different millions on different weight classes or whatever that may be. I do want to say that, as Nelson alluded to, you have the best, most intriguing matchup setups. I mean, you like you said, you got the Palomino possibility. You can go to 155. There's huge fights to be made there. Winner of Tenaglia or Soto, either one of those. There's even other fights. Every fight with your name attached is a big fight. So I just think you have a lot of unlimited possibilities.
I have an interesting possibility, and just because and I got to kind of research a little bit more how that ended. You know, Gogo Slavetsky
Wow.
was the 165 champ, but he kind of went. I think there was an issue. He went and took a fight where he was not supposed to. He didn't even notify anyone.
He fought in the karate fight champ, and he was the champ.
Oh yeah, karate combat,
Mhm.
and he lost. I think that's where the stripping of the belt. That's where it came open. Now I heard that he signed to a management company, and they are talking about bringing him back. Not BKFC. I heard that the management company called me and they said, "Hey, how can we get him back in there?" And I was like, "You got to, you just can't come in here and just get a championship fight,
Yeah,
right? You got to go get you,
earn it.
go get you a fight, go earn it back again, and get you a real fight." So I would take him down to Spain or let him fight the guy you fought,
Yeah,
or
let's
something.
go.
I mean, Gogo Slavetsky is a dangerous fighter for
He's
sure.
you know what? They all are. You know,
They're all
his
dangerous.
confidence.
Yeah, and bare knuckle, you're right.
They all are, and I'm not oblivious to the fact that it only takes one shot in the right place. It don't even have to be that hard. You know what I'm saying? So I do take every opponent that I see with the utmost respect, and I make sure I'm fully prepared because it only takes one slip up. That's all it takes.
What you walking around at? You don't look like you gained any weight. You look like you shaped.
Yeah, for I mean, especially for the holiday season now, probably like 175, 180, closer to 180 right now.
Are you good? You eat. That's easy work.
Yeah,
And that's a lot of people don't realize he fights, of course, 165 champ, but when he boxed, 147, 155, that's where he was at. So
that's where I can still get to if I needed to.
That's crazy. Any boxing fights have they been popping up just because they see you? Like anything worth like entertaining?
Nothing worth entertaining. A couple of offers here and there, but they, like I told boxers, like, look, if you could treat me as good as, or no, I'm the champ now. You got to treat me better than the bare-knuckle.
that's right.
That's true.
I got responsibilities to the company I represent as champion. So,
True.
If you ain't bringing something that's equal to what I'm doing over here, which is title shot type shit,
Yeah.
ain't no point.
What's up with Regis, man? He gonna call me or what?
Yeah, man. Hey, Regis, we waiting on you, man? Because Regis been at the gym. I think he's got a fight in February.
You know what, bro? This year I'm coming to Houston.
Come on.
There we go.
Look, I even hit up BKFC. Was like, come on, let's get, please just let us do a tryout in Houston.
Listen.
I know it's not legal in Texas, but the fighters you will get. I mean,
Yeah.
James,
No.
he's got all this. He's this small white kid, right?
Texas is definitely somewhere you need to be.
He's got "fuck off" tattooed on the back of his head.
Nicest about that life.
Nicest dude you ever meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was in jail. He did his thing, but he could fight his ass off. I'd love to push him.
Okay.
I'm pushing for my brother Todd Manuel. He'll make every fight exciting.
Todd Manuel, bro. I owe Todd a fight. I owe that kid a fight.
But Regis, we got a lot of fighters. John Stanley. There's so many of these fights that don't really have a name, but they got all the equipment for it. Jailhouse type brawlers.
Yeah, our job. I think our job is to make the name for them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Our job is to really put them on there and put them on the map. And that's what we do. That's what we need to do for them. So that's just the bottom line.
But I'm gonna text Regis right now. Be like, hey, bro, call Nelson already, please. I know you got a fight. Just call him. Let's get this done. Let's get this shit moving.
Let's get it done. 2025 is a new Regis. Let's represent Louisiana. We'll go to Louisiana, man. I know bro. You imagine we saw Regis in Louisiana, bare knuckle, man. We sell it out, man.
Easily, man. Easily. And bare knuckle alone would probably be close to sell it out. And you go put Rougarou in there, baby.
Rougarou, let's go.
So, hey, Nelson, if you don't mind, and if you'd like to stay on, champ, do you have some time to take some questions and answers from the comment section? You guys want to do that now?
Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, Matt, you got any in there in the comment section you want to pop up for us? We got Mario Lopez. He said, Nelson, did you see my fight in Agua Calientes? Honest opinion, how did I do?
Yeah, bro, I saw your fight. I matched the fight. You did good, man. You push forward. You know what you got to work on. Me, you had a good conversation. You know what you got to work on. Let's go. Who's this? This from Mike. When are we going to
Well,
run back?
There was a question for Mike. When are they going to run back the Lorenzo fight, which we talked about last night on our show? I mean, it does set itself up, and Juggernaut was on. Juggernaut wants to fight.
I don't see Lorenzo dropping to 185, and I
think 205 is his weight, but
yeah. But I mean,
talking it.
Listen, if he wants to drop back down there and they give him a shot, I mean, I don't think Marine is scared of anybody. So
I know he wants that get back too.
I know he wants that get back. Any man that's gone through that kind of situation wants to get back. So if Lorenzo can drop it, I mean, why not? I mean, I would do it. I would say, Dave, let's run it. Why not?
But I mean, who's the Juggernaut got to fight right now? He needs.
I don't know. I mean, he's not going to stay heavyweight.
Anyway.
I thought, yeah, definitely. I thought he was going to come back at light heavyweight. I mean, I thought so. You didn't think so, or you think he's coming back at heavyweight?
No, he's not coming back at heavyweight.
Yeah, he said he was feeling too big, walking around heat really big. Howie Atherton asked, what about Gogo fighting Tierney in Italy?
It's a good fight.
If you were allowed to get Gogo back in.
Be in the ring with me.
It's just the thing is that it's just that I think Gogo has to earn his stripes back again.
Yeah.
Tierney has a belt. Too, he has a silver belt. I don't know. I think it's a good fight, but I think there's other stuff out there for Tierney. I say bring Tierney down this way and see what we can do.
Speaking on that, I know the question is asked. I'd like to ask you and Austin this: how come the Palomino rematch hasn't happened? I mean, how come that? I mean, I understand politics, but Palomino, was a dominant, had a hell of a run there, and of course he ran into Austin, and no doubt Austin made it look easy, but how come that match hasn't happened in your opinion, Nelson?
I mean, I think that convincingly Austin might have supersede the fact that it needs to happen. Maybe, maybe it doesn't bring interest into the fans. Maybe only hardcore Palomino fans might be the only ones that want to see it.
That's true.
But I mean, I want to see it. I want to see it too, and I want to see it go down.
It's gonna get worse for Palomino.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it works in Miami. I think Marino deserves that rematch because and he's asking for it. I think he deserves it. He was a pioneer in the sport. He 9 fights, 8 title defenses. Like you can't. What is it? 6 title defenses. You can't deny the man a rematch. It'll be great to do that. It'll be great to do it. And it was very close to getting done. It was very close to getting done.
We're about to be locked in.
Super close. And this it might happen. It might happen in 2025. I think maybe like you're right, Austin. That might be kind of unfinished business that needs to get taken care of first.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's get it scheduled.
For sure.
Well, as Austin has said on a couple different public forums that he signed the contracts on his end that whatever
happened wasn't because of me. I was ready.
Nelson, you feel like maybe Palomino's just a victim of timing. He was a fantastic pioneer when the sport was just catching ground, and now that it's really catching fire, maybe he's getting left behind a little bit.
I think the lack of traveling outside of his
comfort zone,
or his home, is what limited him a little bit.
He needs to talk to Perdomo. Perdomo fight you at you home.
Yeah, Perdomo fight you home. I go
you
your
come
home.
You. I come you
I
home.
go home. You.
That's
you
me.
Home.
That's me. I go you.
Maybe
home.
I fight you in you kitchen. He said. I'm
Austin
scared to death.
Austin came out the gate, and Austin was from Mexico, but he's not from Albuquerque.
Not from Albuquerque.
So he came out the gate to the bad guys territory, and then he went to Miami, and then he went to Spain.
I mean, he went to Miami to really the home of Palomino. He knew the judges weren't, and he didn't. Same thing in Spain, and a lot of people second guessed you against Franco, but you made both look easy and took out Diego pretty easy too. So we got to find a challenge for Austin, no doubt, Trout here in bare-knuckle.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, but look at Wanye. Hey, what's up, bro? I love you too, man. This man here,
The rated R superstar.
rated R superstar. I'm gonna take. Hey, I'm gonna bring you to camp in Texas. That way you can give Austin some rounds over there.
Come on.
Over there.
Hey, I'm still waiting for my chain, man. How I get my chain?
Listen, I gotta get your chain. I gotta get your chain. That man disappeared on me. The guy that made him, but I got a new.
Okay.
I got a new guy. I'm gonna get you. I owe you a chain. I owe you a chain. Fun fact.
Hey,
I made
bro,
my
that's
debut in
crazy.
the mountain.
Wanye was on. He was on the card, and that was my first fight in the end of the Mountain Gods. That was like
Wow.
my first fight independent, and
That's
so
crazy.
I mean, Wanye was in the game, man. That's what's up.
Well, it just
That's
shows
cool,
you that
man.
combat fighting community is a small community.
small
You hang around
family, man.
Nelson, you know that because
Wanye, my
everyone
brother.
knows Nelson.
It's small, man. Small world. That's why you can't mess people over in this game, man. I tell people all the time. They tell me, what's the main thing what's the main thing about boxing or the boxing world? I'm like, don't mess nobody over. Don't think you can get away with it. Word travels around really quickly. Beam, 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 and next thing you know, everybody know your business and know how you are, how you operate. So
Yeah,
keep
no
that integrity. Make it real good. Howie.
Yeah, how he said make it real. I think he's talking about that tyranny fight still. When you said the silver belt.
Yeah.
Is that what he's talking about?
Nah, he talking about the chain, make it real gold. He must have got him a fake one.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, make it real gold. He's the one now. You gotta get you one of those gang chains. Get you the Amazon special.
Yeah, with a fight night.
I don't need no diamonds. Old school. Just a gold
Would a
shot.
3-fight night tournament be possible in the BKFC? I don't see how you can ask guys if they're asking guys to fight back to back. No, how do you do
But
that?
if they have like 3 cards back to back to back, that's possible.
Oh, bro.
I mean, 3
I
cards.
don't know. Wow, man, that would be.
3 nights.
Oh, not the same person fighting, just 3 like to.
Yeah, it couldn't be the same people.
No, that'd be
It
crazy.
wouldn't work like that. But if you had 3 cards, back to back to back, that could work. Especially when we talk about the tournament. You know what I'm saying? We get through
For sure.
a few rounds of this tournament one night or one weekend.
Well, when we talked to him about it last night, Dave Feldman Sr. did say he had envisioned it being like 9 months long.
Yeah.
Several events.
Yeah, several events. Yeah. What? Anybody else? Any other questions?
That works for me too.
Well, you just had Mario Lopez on there again saying that. What about the BKFC debuting against Chino?
Yeah, Chino beat him in the prospect, so that'd be amazing.
Running back in the pros.
Yeah, like running back in the pros, why not? Chino come off a kind of a hard loss. Like I wasn't expecting. I don't know what happened. Maybe he has asthma. I don't know, but he was really gassed, really bad, and I thought he looked in the best shape I've ever seen him. And the other kid he fought just told me, because I'm just tough. Just tough. And Chino just got tired, man, and he took a knee. He got tired and took a knee. So it must have been extreme to take a knee to be that tired,
Well, I do have a question. You were down in Aguascalientes with Global Combat last weekend. Did you see any young prospects that really excited you?
Bro, listen, when I go do those shows, I get super excited. I
know. I watch you.
They're so, like, my goodness, man. Like, we did. So what I did was I wanted to do a little bit of a mixture of combat sports for the commission. They were very scared about the bare-knuckle thing. They really don't like it. Believe it or not, I thought they would probably like it. But
they're not with it, huh? I thought that about Texas too. I thought Texas would be all for it.
No, man. They're very conventional boxing people, and they really do look down on that whole bare-knuckle thing. So I said, look, guys, I'm gonna do 4 boxing fights. 3 of them were women. I did 6 prospect amateurs with the 7-ounce glove, which is the bare-knuckle rules with the 7-ounce glove.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did 3 bare knuckles. And believe it or not, man, those prospect amateur fights were amazing. And the only thing it is that when you square up bare knuckle, unless you have that experience already that Trout has, remember these guys have never fought bare knuckle, so they're like very hesitant into engaging because they're worried about their knuckles and they're worried about getting hit. But once you have 3 or 4 fights, then you kind of feel like, you know what, I know what to expect.
Right.
And I know what it feels like. And I know how to throw my punching as what speed or what strength, so I won't get hurt. But to initially do a bare knuckle fight there, it was very hesitant. They didn't want to engage, so the other fights looked a lot better. The boxing, typical boxing, was slow, waiting for some damage to happen. The prospect fights with the little gloves were amazing. Those fights were engaging. 7 ounces, just like a box, it's an 8-ounce glove, so they were going in. And the bare knuckle ones, it got really bloody, but it was very hesitant. It wasn't as crazy because like you said, inexperienced fighters. There's so much talent out there. Like I could do, you want to sign them all just because you want to be like, I want to build you, and I know I can make you a star, and the looks, and everybody's tatted and different color hair and the swag. And you see the characters already building, and I love that part. That part is really, really, really like excites me because I see the final product before it's even made.
Man, wait till you come to Houston. Not
bro,
to
I'm telling you,
wait till you come to Houston, man.
Austin has a lot of talent down there. He got the Hitman. He's been involved in a lot of. He knows the lay of the land down there.
Yeah, man. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a lot of gyms in the Houston area come to our gym for sparring.
I'm coming, bro.
The sparring is crazy. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You feel me?
After I'm doing January 18th in Pachanga.
Yeah,
I got a BKFC fight night there. Once I finish there, I can. At the 25th in Philly, but within that gap, man, I'm gonna make a trip to Houston. I need to make a trip to Houston.
All right, cool. I'm gonna introduce you to some folks.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
I know you don't necessarily have a management company, but we can start a management company that I'll put all in out of business. You feel me?
Let's go.
There we go.
It seems like the best management company, so I'm just going for the top. You feel me?
Yeah. Now, listen, there's a lot of things we can do. You know me, I'm all about growing and expanding fighters' careers above fighting.
Straight up. Yes, you are. I'm a proof of that, man. Yes, you are.
And
absolutely. You did commentating for Nelson for a Global Combat event on the Fight Light.
We gotta do more of that too, man.
That was an awesome event.
Yeah, it was
Austin talks well, man. He talks really good. He's intelligent,
handsome guy.
Yeah, especially my nose isn't stopped up.
He's still young. You still young too, Austin, man. You a young guy. Well, you make me feel old, bro.
I mean, I'm gonna hit 40 this year.
40, right? I'm still old. Let's say Trout. I'm unsigned. Boy, shut. Boy, you've been signed. I signed you when you.
I do have a question for what you were saying about the 7-ounce gloves.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Nelson,
take over this game.
You were saying about the 7-ounce gloves, right? With the prospect amateur style fighting.
Right.
Do you feel like that gives you all the immediate impact of a bare knuckle fight, but they're not protecting their hands as bad? So, I mean, I see that catching on. That's pretty exciting. I've been to several prospect amateur events, and it is really exciting.
It is. And like I said, I know boxers and big name boxers that has told me, I won't do bare knuckle, but I'll put that glove on. And I can run. I'll run a clinch, and I'll run you know what I mean? So there's a lot of, and also it's very interesting in where it's an amateur fight. So if there's an influencer that wants to try it, we can do it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool too. So, I mean, look, we can take it to a whole lot of levels, and I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, I'm going. I got my own 2025 goals. Houston is one of them. Got to get there. I want to engage and just keep building these. And I say amateurs, but these are just pros that are like evolving into the next sport, or just might have not gotten that opportunity in the boxing world or the MMA world. And let's make real bare knuckle fighters, and that's
it's a transition. It's a good transition.
It's a good transition. Absolutely. What's up? You think Samantha do some bare knuckle?
She ain't there yet, but Samantha got the goods.
She's a beast,
man.
bro.
She's a beast.
So let me tell you, I threw her name out at Salida, right? I said, listen, man, I need her on the February 2nd card.
The Clarissa Shields joint?
Yeah. I told him, I said, put her on, man. I said, we'll put her on.
Yeah.
She knocks people out. You have a girl that knocks people out? Like that's what people want to see. And so let's see, man. I might can get her on. I'm really pushing that. That'd be
Is
good.
Austin? Austin. I think we may have lost Austin.
Hey man,
That
two
does sound exciting, though. That we got and women's boxing is definitely catapulting in
yeah,
popularity right now.
yeah. But women's sports in general. So, what you doing, man? What you did last night, man?
Oh well, we had
He
the
said, man.
extravaganza,
I
man.
said,
You
peace,
can't.
Austin.
We was with the weekly. We was R.I.P. Austin.
What the weekly bus talking about?
Well, them boys is always wilding out. They had a nice crowd out there. We had Steve Jimenez with New Level Boxing, definitely sponsoring. We gave away a lot of great prizes. We gave away puffer jackets. We gave away hand wraps. We gave away boxing gloves. We gave away Knuckletown Letterman jackets. So the fans really had fun. We had a lot of fighters on. We had you on, of course, Dave on, Serge. It was great. It was a real fast pace, man. It was cool, man. It just showed you that this year bare knuckle has exploded in popularity.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good.
The one question you didn't ask, boss, while they were on was someone asked, when was the next time you think BKFC would come to the Mississippi Gulf Coast?
Look, I mean, I'm ready to take BKFC wherever you want.
Right.
I mean, I think it's just so much more like it's just scheduling, man. It's the scheduling part of it. It's so much. There's so many states opening, so many countries opening. There's so many, fighters immersing.
And no one has a more ambitious schedule than you guys. I mean, you 32 events last year. You're looking at even more this year. I don't know how you guys do it.
I know that's what I'm saying that, but I think that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be mad if we had some more bare knuckle fights, or people putting out more bare knuckle fights. Like
it needs to happen. There's too many fighters. I mean, it needs to happen.
Yeah, it needs to happen. There's a lot of fighters, and we need that, man. We need those fights for sure, for sure.
So how was your New Year's spent with the family? How was your New Year's Eve?
Oh man, I was chilling. I was with the family. I went and visited my father-in-law, hung out with them and all the kids, ate a bunch of food there, went to the next family's house, full from the last family house, still had to eat food there. And then I don't really drink, but I play bartender.
Yeah.
I really enjoy like making sure everyone has a drink.
Y'all may not know this, but Nelson's that little devil on the shoulder. He likes to be that little devil, but he's gonna be the angel on his shoulder, but he's gonna be the devil on yours. And we did see you on social media, man, in Okeechobee, going around on Christmas in Santa outfit and going and giving back to the community, man. That was fantastic, man. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
I mean, that's something I did right before COVID. Actually, that wasn't recent. I did that during it was like 2018, and I wanted to continue to do it. I think now that the whole COVID scare is gone, I think that we can crank that back up. I mean, I live in an area that's economically challenged, right? Whether it's by choice or whether it's by choice by government wise or the way the city's ran, I don't know. I just know that
a lot of poverty there, right?
It's not because of most of the people here are from other countries. There's a lot of agriculture. So that's the kind of workers that come here. Like my family came here to work in the fields. So that agriculture was has attracted these kind of workers and these kind of families here. And they're already coming illegally across the border to make ends.
They're already up against it anyway, right?
They're living here just as bad as they were living over there just to get money over there. So it's like, and then they have families and they have kids, and those kids are going to the schools, and it's just that cycle continues. Eventually, like my pops and my grandparents, they worked in the fields. They put my pops through school, and my mother came here and her family worked in the fields, and then she went to medical school, and then eventually the generation comes out where you can be a businessman, or now my kids should be able to take on a gym or take on another business that I open up here. But I don't want to leave here. I feel like leaving this area is is neglecting my family, neglecting the roots where I came from, neglecting the work that my grandparents put in to put me here. And so there's a lot of football players come from here. A lot of
it creates a fighter. It creates a fighter mentality, right? You got several fighters coming out of there. You, of course, come out of there. You got that. And you know, I think a lot of people can relate to that, Nelson. I'm from a small town and I'm proud of it. You know, we carry that around, Fayetteville pride or whatever. And you're from a small area and you don't want to, you know, you can be the big fish in a small pond, right?
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. And then there's a lot of room to grow and I don't want to neglect it. If I leave, and it's not like it's a selfish thing, or I want to make money with the people. I want to provide something where people never been proud of saying Pahokee, Florida. They just haven't been. There's no one's been proud of saying it because it's nothing. If you Google it, if you go to YouTube, it's a very poor town. If I say I'm from there, they say you're from there. You're really from there. Wow, you live there. And I'm like, well, what's that mean? You know, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of thing that I say. I'm like, I don't want to neglect that. I want to figure that out and put it on the map.
So before we close tonight, great show, by the way. I just want to say that I was reading this week, and you remind me of this. I thought about you when I read this. 2 types of men in this world, and one type of man is called a fruit tree. This man goes out there and he bears fruits that other men can, you know, make living off of. And you do that for people. You do that for me. You do that for, you heard Austin alluding to all kind of fighters, lots of stories. That's why I'm glad we do this show so people can start to learn that side of you. You're a fruit tree, man, for the whole fight game. I want you to let's go. You know,
I appreciate it, man. I want to be that. I want to be able to provide as much as I can for all the fighters, and you know, and keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. I enjoy helping people fulfill those dreams. It really is fulfilling to me, and that's the real goal. That's the real purpose for me. Like, is the money's gonna be there. You know, the money's gonna come.
Well, man, I say goodnight to the people. You had a great show. You'll see us every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern here on the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show. Tell your people good night, Nelson.
Hey, man, good night. Get some good rest. The year is in session. All right, we got 365 days to work. Do not lay off the gas, please. And if you do hit a speed bump, or you get stuck at a red light, or you get stuck, you know, trying to figure out a situation in traffic, as long as you're in motion. Slow motion is better than no motion. Let's get it, baby.
Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn up. He doing his thing.
Nelson Lopez Jr. show, where the action takes control. He's the champion of rhythm flow. Tune in, let the fire load. Man up, go on and say he's on. Nelson's here, giving you the dawn. His words run through, echo in the air. Podcast king, he's got that flair. Feel the beat, the vibe in your ear.
And now let's go.